Oh You Thought Podcast, the place where you get a heavy dose of positivity, sarcasm, knowledge, and ratchetness. Enjoy the show. Hey. South Side Still Holdin challenge. Let's go. Ay. They try to play foul out. Oh, you thought I wouldn't bust out the freestyle. Straight flexing, never stressing. Waking up every day is a blessing. Ayy, pretty with big figures. Ballin' on a budget with ya. If you stay on the north side, you know I'm a high side. South side every day. Yeah, that's where I stay. I'm petty, but I'm nice though. Loyal and I got the flow. I even got a fucking podcast. Oh, you thought I wouldn't do that? Real is all I know. Trill, natural flow. Why? Southside still holding. Southside still holding. Southside still holding. Ayy. So I just did the Southside Still Holdin challenge, and basically it's a challenge that has been started by ESG, a local rapper here in Houston. And so people have been doing their rendition of his song Southside Still Holdin. So I decided to really poke fun at myself and, throw a little silly verse out there into the world just to have some fun this week. And so if you are really a rapper, or if you like Houston music, if you're not from here, check out some of the videos. Some of them are really, really good. And so that's why I decided to pick that song this week to do something a little bit different, since my friend Mose was like, oh, you're supposed to do Texas verses and all this stuff for the show. And so what's the best way to get it started rather than doing the Southside Still Holdin challenge? So I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, you thought you were the only one that had to Google Chanel West Coast after seeing that little clip with her and Charlemagne the God. And, Charlemagne just basically read her rights and all this stuff. I really assumed that she was just the sidekick on that TV show. So I never knew that she was an actual rapper. And so she's getting so angry in the clip, defending her rap career, talking about she's got a BET award with Young Money and all this stuff. And so when I heard that, I was like, let me go look up her information on YouTube. And I saw the first video. I was like, okay, maybe this is not her best song. So 5 songs later, I still didn't know who this young lady was, and I didn't like her music. I really tried, because if you saw the video, she just had such a strong conviction that she's a really good rapper. And I really don't like to knock people when they're doing stuff that they love, but yeah, I could not handle her music at all. Oh, you thought that Sprinkle of Jesus didn't have any more realness, maybe / ratchetness in them, but they did. Over the past weekend, it seems like all the ratchet stuff comes out over the weekend. And it's probably because these little sprinkles are trying to save your life from being out here in the world doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing. And so I thought it was an absolute gem to me, but of course, Twitter had a field day, and I loved it. And it said, instead of being on your knees for him with the lowercase h, get on your knees for him with a capital H, meaning God, the Lord, Jesus. And I thought that was the best read shade ever, because it's just wow. Because it's so true. Some people will absolutely get on their knees to be out here doing sexual acts, but won't get on their knees to pray. And it's just so simple. And I was just like, this one line right here really gave a word. And there again, I keep saying, like, I would love to work for a sprinkle of Jesus. Like, get at me. Let me do something for y'all. Because I really, really like it. On a serious and sad note, you thought that we could go a complete day without hearing about another police murder. And I'm so sad to talk about this. Miss Charlena Lyles from Seattle, she called the cops for protection, basically. She called the cops to report a burglary. And she's pregnant and everything. The cops show up. You know that she has mental issues. We hear this on the audio that has been released now. And if you know all this information, you know she has children. Why would you go in shooting to kill? Like, I don't understand this. And it definitely, like, it makes me so sad. Like, we just keep getting bad news as far as these police officers getting freed, let off the hook, not going to jail for killing these Black people, my brothers and sisters. And I don't know what has to happen. I feel like I keep asking that same question over and over again. What do we have to do in order for change to come? Like, what is it going to truly take in order for them to care about Black lives? Like, I just do not understand at all. What is it going to take for change to come? But I'm so sad, and definitely sending prayers up for her children and her family members. But this definitely has to stop, and I wish it could just stop this second, but it has to stop. So with that sad piece to end You Thought, I want to officially welcome you to episode 16 of my baby You Thought podcast. And my name is Fallon. I'm coming to you from Houston, where we didn't get all the rain that was predicted, which is a good thing. That's the last thing we truly need here in Houston is another flood. And so thankful that storm definitely moved on by. It's Thursday night. NBA draft is going on, so I'm getting like crazy notifications on my phone. So I'm just going to try to push through this episode and get it done so I can try to see what's going on in these NBA streets. But yeah, so my week has been good this week. It's gone by fast. It's a payday week, so I'm really happy. And tomorrow's Friday. I live for Fridays and the weekends, and so I'm very, very happy about that. I'm even more happy that next week will be my last inventory that I get to complete with this company before I am laid off. And so I'm definitely not going to miss doing the inventory process every single quarter. And so, yeah, I'm happy to pass that on, and I'm looking forward to the weekend to do a little shopping, going to look for a dress for my sister's wedding. So I have that on the to-do list, and I'm going to be buying different foods that doesn't have dairy in it. I'm starting my no dairy, and I'm also like adding like sweets, and I'm limiting my amount of bread because I really don't even eat a lot of bread anyway. I don't even keep it really in the house unless I want a sandwich or something, but I really don't keep it in the house. So that I'm adding sodas to the list as well. And then, of course, I'm going to have like a cheat day. But as far as the cheat day, it's not going to be like where I get to go crazy and drink milk or whatever the case may be. It's like maybe have like a half a soda or something like that, but nothing crazy. Like I want it to be, I'm pushing through this like this time. And so that's what I have planned for the week. And another sad thing for the world of hip hop, we learned about the death of Prodigy. And he's the second half of the rap duo Mobb Deep. And I was really, really sad to hear about that. And only 42 years old. And I don't know, like, definitely prayers up for his family as well. And he had sickle cell basically since a child. And, you know, I mean, he's just gone on to not have to deal with everything that comes with having that disease. And if you're not educated on what that is, read up on it or what and all that, and learn about the disease and what it does to your body. But I definitely want to say R.I.P. Prodigy. I definitely was a fan of your music, and you will be missed. A positive mind equals a positive life. When you let go of all the negativity, that is the ultimate glow up. It's time for the positivity moment of the show. So let's go ahead and pick the show back up and let's move into a positive direction. And for this week, I kind of wanted to just give out some tips. And I guess I'm still feeding off of my positivity episode 15 that I dropped last night. If you haven't listened to it, check it out. Some really good gems, and I get a little bit personal in that episode, so check it out. And so I just want to share some tips on how to be mentally strong. I know we deal with a lot of things in our day-to-day life, but it's how you deal with stuff and overcome so you can learn a lesson out of everything you go through. I feel every hardship that you go through, it's a teaching lesson involved in that process. And if you just try to just jump over it without learning anything, what's the point? And then more than likely, it's going to come up again in your life. So why not just figure it out and push through? And so, number 1, don't fear alone time. And I think I've said this like a million times, like I don't have a problem like being alone. Like I value like my alone time. I live alone, and so I get tons of alone time, but I definitely value it. Like you can just center yourself, have peace, get to know yourself, get your mind right. And you can't do that when you're around a bunch of people. So you need your alone time to get your life together. Number 2, don't dwell on the past. I know certain things, it's hard for us to move on and get it out of our system and not talk about it, not think about it. But you have to be able to move on. If you keep dwelling on the past, you'll never be able to get past those emotions, those memories, whatever is holding you back. Number 3, don't feel like the world owes you something. Some people walk around in this world acting as if they are entitled, and when things are not going their way, it's just like the world hates me. And no, like you need to be out here hustling and bustling in everything you do in life. Like you are here on the world because it's a blessing from God, but no, the world doesn't owe you anything. Like you should look at it like this, like what can I provide to the world? What kind of stamp can I leave on the world so they know the kind of person that I am? Like there again, love is free. Let's put out more love into the world and make the world a better place. I know, very corny, but whatever. Number 4, don't expect immediate results. Like everything happens with time. Like some things are instant, some things aren't. Number 5, don't worry about pleasing everybody. This is something I've talked about on my podcast before. You can't please everybody. You need to start pleasing yourself and then worry about everyone else after you know that your intentions are good and pure in whatever you're dealing with. So don't worry about everyone else. Number 6, don't waste time feeling sorry for yourself. And I agree with this, but I also, like I've said on the podcast before, I always give myself a day to muddle in anything that I'm dealing with, or if I want to cry or whatever. And then once that day is over, then I move on. And that's just, you need to like be able to just not sit in any one place as far as sadness or disappointment. You have to be able to move on. Number 7, Don't waste energy on things you can't control. If you can't control it, let it fly. And this is something that I've definitely become better at probably over the past 1 to 2 years. Like, I really don't worry about a lot of stuff. Like I've said before, with me getting ready to be laid off, like, I haven't, really just said, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to pay my bills? Like, I haven't like freaked out, because I know that everything will be paid for, and I know that everything happens for a reason. So I'm taking this layoff as a blessing. And some people probably don't understand it. They don't get my attitude, but it was time for me to move on. And sometimes God has to make something look real crazy to you. But I know, because I've been praying and just claiming certain things. And I know God is getting ready to bless me beyond measure. And so I'm just ready for that. Number 8, don't let other people influence your emotions. I always say, how you feel, like, your feelings are valid, because it's you. You have to sit in that. No one else has to sit in your brain. You do. So your feelings are valid. Always remember that. Number 9, don't resent people and their success. Like, everybody's path is theirs. Like, you have yours, and you may feel like, oh my gosh, like, it's taking me forever to catch up to my other friends. Like, they have a house, they have kids, they're married, they have all this money. Okay, well, God is just directing you in a different path and a different plan. And you gotta just work through it. Number 10, don't shy away from responsibilities. When you make mistakes, take responsibility. Like, when you're at a job and you want to move up at that job, take on more responsibilities, improve yourself. Number 11, don't give up after the first failure. Like, to me, if you fail at something that you had as a goal, it's a teaching point. It's not a failure to me. Like, unless you're taking a test, an F is an F. But it's still an opportunity to go back and study and get it right. So I've always looked at that. You have to try. You have to try. Number 12, don't be afraid to take risk. Like, you have to just jump out there and take some risk. Like, you just have to. Like, how can you get to your goals if you're too afraid to do anything? If you're already telling yourself that you're not going to make it, that no one's going to like your ideas, that your business is not going to be successful, you have to try. So yeah, so these are some good tips on how to just, be mentally strong. And there again, go back to my positivity episode, and I really gave you some good affirmations to speak over yourself every morning. So tap into those too. So check that episode out, people. So, since my best friend / producer, he said he didn't like the name Hot Topics, so the first thing that came to my mind is, what's poppin'? So what's poppin' in these streets this week? The Carters. And when I say the Carters, I'm talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Beyonce delivered the twins, and I don't know if it's official, if it's really a boy and a girl. I read that somewhere on Twitter, and I still haven't seen it from a reliable source that it was actually a boy and a girl. But the twins have been born, and I just heard that, they're still recovering and everything, but the twins are here. Also dealing with Jay-Z Carter, on June the 30th, he's going to be releasing his album 444. And so if you're a lucky person to have Tidal paid for, or you have a free subscription to Tidal, or like myself, you have Sprint as your cell phone provider, you get to hear this album on the 30th of this month. And so as a Jay-Z fan, I can't wait to hear what direction this album is going to go into. And so I'm definitely ready for that. Definitely a power up moment, because yeah, Jay-Z and J. Cole, like, I'm always like just waiting on an album, just waiting. Another one of my favorite rappers, Chance the Rapper. He's actually the first rapper to hire his own American Sign Language interpreters to travel with him on his tour. And I think that's really, really dope, because there again, like, you keep bridging the gap to your fans. And, you know, I think it's cool. Like, even though a person may be deaf or something, they still can feel the vibrations of the music, number one. And number two, it's so dope to have someone there interpreting the words via sign language. So when I saw that, it just really made my soul happy, because I really like stuff like that. Like, you're thinking about everybody. On the ratchet side of things, you know, I like ratchet things. Love and Hip Hop Hollywood is coming back in July, and they're adding a couple of people to the roster. Keisha Cole, which they say that she's coming out with a new album. Okay, cool, that's fine. But you had your own TV show on BET, so what happened to that, sis? Like, I don't think I would have gone down the Love and Hip Hop direction. Like, I think it would have just been better if she would have just stayed with her own TV show. So yeah. They're also adding Chanel West Coast, the young lady that I brought up in Oh You Thought. So I'm definitely a little bit interested in seeing her story, because let her tell it. She's been through so much, and I just want to see her journey. Like, yeah, I'm being so sarcastic, but yeah, I do want to see what she's about a little bit. Queen Sugar, one of my favorite shows. It premiered 2 episodes this week, and I haven't seen them yet. Like, I just been like in full on work mode or music mode. Like, either I'm working on something for the podcast or I'm just listening to music. So I haven't had time to watch it yet. So I'll probably binge watch that. And then I'll probably binge watch the last season of Power to prepare for the premiere on Sunday. I am so excited about this. This is like my favorite show. Like, it's such a good show. Like, I can't wait to see the premiere. Like, I feel like they have so much stuff to cover, and I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do everything. How are they going to keep the show going? So yeah, if you're watching it, email me, tell me your thoughts, or tweet me, DM me, or whatever. Let's talk about Power when it premieres on Sunday. I know y'all don't care about this, but it's just one of those things that's going on in the White House. Sean Spicer is no longer the press secretary, which, you know, this is something that should have happened already. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's not like he's a position of power like that. He just gives out, you know, the church announcements, and that's it. And so, just, he shouldn't have been there. Like, that wasn't the job for him. And so, yeah, it's not like, oh, I'm excited or anything. Like, I will be fully excited once Trump is out of office. And so that's what I'm still waiting on. I said by the end of the summer. So that's what I'm waiting on, for his whole family to go ahead and just pack up their toys and move on. And so another topic that I wanted to touch on, of course, deals with music. And I was on Tumblr and I saw this wonderful post that talks about the psychology of music. And so basically, the post is stressing the importance of keeping music programs in schools and music education, and breaking down how the brain interprets music when it filters through your ears and goes into your brain, right? And so for a music head like myself, I was definitely intrigued by this article. And so I just want to share a couple of things from the post. So there's more to why we like music than just a catchy beat or an easy karaoke tune. Dozens of receptors in our brain respond to different musical tones, rhythms, and lyrics, determining the qualities we personally like and dislike. Okay? Don't let music just go in one ear and out the other. Learn how to interpret your brain's response to music. And so basically this is what this article is doing. It shows you different diagrams and it shows you the effects of music on the brain. Like it helps with your language skills, creativity, happiness. I've said this 1,000 times that listening to music, like it makes me happy. So I definitely agree with that. It also has healing powers as well it can help decrease anxiety. It can speed up the healing process. Increase optimism and decrease pain. And those are all things that I totally agree with. And it also can help with different neurological disorders, because I guess it's relaxing the brain. Whatever kind of music makes your brain happy, it can help with diseases like Parkinson's, Tourette's, and autism. So that's really, really good information. And most people know this that are into music, like they get that. And so the importance of music to education. Students taking courses in music performance and music appreciation, they scored higher on their SATs and other tests. And so there again, as a person that plays a classical instrument, it's one of those things like, number one, if you're doing something like playing an instrument, same thing like with playing sports, like if you like that, then you have to keep your grades up in order to compete in certain things. And so with being in orchestra, had to keep your grades up so you could participate in different competitions and get medals and all that stuff. So it's a great motivation to learn. And then also like it taps into another part of your brain, the music part of your brain, where you're hearing music, you're reading music. And it's just this big circle that I personally believe. And I always say, like, whenever I have children, that they're going to play a musical instrument, because I definitely feel that it is important and it definitely does help your learning skills. So yeah, I thought that was a really, really good article. Like I said, it's on Tumblr. It's the psychology of music. So if you want to see the full article and all the diagrams, go to Tumblr. So it's another week that I have a ton of shit I need to talk about in the world of sports. And yeah, it's so much stuff going on, so many rumors. Like I said, it's a ton of stuff going across my phone, and I just don't know what's really going to happen. But before I get into all the messiness that's going on in the NBA, let's talk about some positive things that's going on with Mr. Bill Russell. He's going to receive the NBA Lifetime Achievement Award. And that's just really cool and dope. And I feel like sometimes people forget about Bill Russell. And we can't forget about our legends, especially our living legends. And yeah, so I'm very happy to see that he's getting that award. On to the mess and the rumors and everything else in between. Let's talk about Paul George. Like, so much stuff going on. I've heard stories about him being in a deal with Boston, being in a deal with the Cavs. And the first thing I heard earlier this week was that he said that he's committed to playing with the Pacers for next season, but he wants the GM to upgrade the team. Okay, cool. I get it. I understand that. But on the same line and token, he said after that season, he's leaving. And he would prefer if he could go to LA. Everybody wants to go to freaking LA. Everybody thinks that's going to be the new super team, I guess, right? And so my thing is this. Let's just tap into this conversation a little bit with Paul George. Like, if I'm the GM, if I'm the team, if I'm the Pacers, if I'm the Pacer fans, I'm going to feel some type of way about this direct quote from Paul George. Because you're not really committed. You say you're committed, but you're not really committed. You're halfway committed because you have one foot in the Pacer door and then you have another foot in the Lakers door. And I think that's kind of trifling. Like, I just feel like if you want to play for the Lakers, there's definitely a way you can make that known behind the scenes while you're still being committed to the Pacers. So I just think, like, he's basically treating the Pacers like a side chick, a millennial side chick, where he's basically saying, take it or leave it. Hey girl, I can be committed to you for one solid year. And then after that, I'm going to see other people. But in the meantime, I'm still going to court other people while I'm still being committed to you with these Pacers. So that's how I took it. And so on some pettiness with LeBron, he says that only Shaq and Jesus can contain his post game, and I thought that was just pretty funny. And you know, LeBron has been out in these streets, like just really running his mouth and living life, having fun, smiling, dancing, cutting his hair, and living life. And so I thought that was pretty petty and cute of a statement to say. And then also talking about rumors, LeBron, he's out there. You know, at first we were seeing that, hey, he's gonna stay with the Cavs. Like, nobody was really worried. And then the Cavs, like, they parted ways with their GM. And so basically, from what I was reading and listening to different sports shows, he's one of the lowest paid GMs in the NBA. And so basically, he's been waiting to get his payday. And so the Cavs are out here trying to make all these other moves. And I'm guessing that it's one of those situations where it's like, well, can you just hold on one more season? We want to make some moves so LeBron is happy, basically. That's what I interpret that conversation to look like or sound like. And so yeah, so they didn't want to pay him. So he's like, deuces, I'm moving on. And LeBron, he came out, he wasn't really happy to learn about the GM leaving the Cavs. And so later on, you know, we get stories thrown out there that LeBron's wife really didn't want him to come back to Cleveland and would prefer to live in LA. And so we know that they have a house out in Brentwood, and it would be an easy adjustment for them, right? Go ahead and finish out your career with the Lakers and just go ahead and retire in LA, right? And so I'm pretty sure like the Cavs are just doing everything to try to make LeBron happy. And I don't know. I really have no idea how this is going to work out. Because he definitely has the right to leave. Like, he has that option. But there again, it's just like, I would love for him to stay in Cleveland, because I feel like if he comes over to the West Side, it's going to mess up the dynamics that are already in the West. Like, if you play in the West, like, it's so competitive. It's so hard to get to the top, especially when you have the Avengers, aka Golden State, running the West. And so everybody's on this little kick trying to build their super team. And so another rumor that I heard this week that the Celtics were looking into getting Anthony Davis, which would be a great power move for the Celtics. It would definitely help capitalize and build on the team they have going over there, because they did end the season being the number 1 seed in the East. And there again, we have to be a little bit careful when we have these conversations about the basketball teams in the East. Because we had 3 really good teams in the East? Is that fair to say? And so I don't think that's a good thing for New Orleans. I really don't think that New Orleans should entertain those conversations, because I've said this before. I feel like I said it last week. When you have Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins, you build a team around that. And New Orleans, they just need to add some pieces to that club. It's in a good city. If you build a team, it'll just make the city pop even more, bring in even more revenue. And that's why I think that Chris Paul should entertain going back to New Orleans. I think it would be a good fit for him. And then they can add in some other young and new pieces to the squad. And I think they could definitely be a great presence to compete with the other teams in the West. And so, yes, we've heard the narrative of Chris Paul coming to visit the Houston Rockets, right? And then also the number 1 visit is San Antonio. I'm pretty sure he's just doing a visit to the Rockets out of courtesy, or maybe, our GM is really trying to figure something out. So Chris Paul in San Antonio, there again, the streets are talking. And they're saying that LaMarcus Aldridge is not happy, that he wants to be traded. So you have Paul Gasol. He's on the fence. He's holding out for money, less money, or seeing what they're going to do. Yeah, you have Kawhi Leonard, superstar. I'm pretty sure he's going to come back and he's going to be a monster. But if you have so many unknown pieces in San Antonio, I would just move on. So for me, number 1 for Chris Paul should be New Orleans, which I don't even think that's on his radar. People are not thinking. And then also I heard out in the streets that the Houston Rockets are trying to put together a package to get Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Paul Millsap, and get back Kyle Lowry. And so if we make a power move like that to get all those pieces, we're giving up a lot of shit. And I can't even imagine all the players that we have to give up. And there again, I've had this conversation before. I don't know what the Rockets will look like with Chris Paul and James Harden. Are they going to get along? Are they going to be able to share the ball, move the ball? Does Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Kyle Lowry, Millsap, do they fit into a ball club that likes to shoot the 3 and they don't play a lot of defense and everything else in between? Would they be happy with a team like that? No shade to my Rockets, but I don't know how I feel about that investment. And I know every single season our GM is really out there in the streets trying to get the best deal for us. So I'm cool with that, but I don't see the vision right now. And so other things we've heard about, of course, is Jimmy Butler. And I feel like every single minute I hear about a new narrative of Jimmy Butler going somewhere else. So I have no clue where this young man is going to end up. I love Jimmy Butler. I like him in Chicago. I definitely wouldn't, give the narrative of, oh, he needs to come down to Houston. I just don't see that fitting. I don't see that working. But the narrative has been Boston. It's been the Cavs. It's been Timberwolves. Like, it's been so many people trying to get their hands on Jimmy Butler. And then we've heard him say, oh, I'm just going to stay in Chicago. So we don't know what he's really going to do. But we do know that Dwayne Wade, he's going to pick up that option to get $24 million for 1 year. And a blind man knew he was going to do that. $24 million? Like, that's automatic. Like, that's whoever set up that contract, like, they did a good deal. Like, $24 million. And he's a player that's like on the downside of his career. Like, he's still good, but still on the downside. So, yeah, I'm definitely in support of him getting that check. So, I am not mad at it at all. So, I don't know if y'all heard about the NBA D-League. They're changing their name, and they're doing a whole bunch of rebranding, and now it's going to be known as the G League. And the G is for Gatorade. So Gatorade has all their coins and money invested in the D-League that is now the G League. And so yeah, it's just a name change. Like, it's still gonna be what it is, just a different name. And so Dwight Howard, this is pretty bad for Dwight Howard. He was on Twitter a couple days ago now, and he was doing a Q&A with his fans and followers, and he was having conversations about what's currently going on with the different trades and what does his fans think is going to happen as far as the NBA draft tonight. And almost in the same breath, within a couple of minutes, the Atlanta Hawks, they tweeted out an official tweet that Dwight Howard was gone and he's going to be traded over to the Bobcats. And, you know, it's one of those things. Like, I don't see why some of these players talk so openly about being unhappy at their team. And, you know, most Dwight Howard fans, they thought, okay, this is it. He's finally going to be happy. He's back at home in Atlanta. Like, the team did pretty good last season, so he's going to be happy. But he still wasn't happy. And so I don't even know what Dwight Howard is going to look like as a Bobcat. Like, I don't see that vision, people. I really don't. And so yeah, I mean, I wish him luck, because I really do, for some reason, really like Dwight Howard. And so I want him to do well. And yeah, so Dwight Howard is officially gone from Atlanta. Bye bye. That's so Houston. So I used a little different intro for this segment this week, and that is the classic June 27th freestyle from Houston, Texas. And if you live in Houston, if you live in Texas, maybe let's even stretch it to Louisiana. You know this song. You know what this culture is about. You know how important the day is. Like, so yeah, so that's why I played that song. And so on June 27th, they're having a Screw Fest at the Engine Room downtown. And like I said, it's on June 27th, and it's taking place at the Engine Room at 1515 Peace Street. So the tickets, they start out at $20, and the event, it starts at around 8 o'clock. So if you're into Screw, if you love this freestyle, have nothing else better to do on the 27th, go ahead and check out the Screw Fest at the Engine Room. also some happenings going on this weekend in Houston. The third annual Taste of New Orleans on the 24th at 2 p.m. So yeah, it's just basically a nice little get together. So check out the event. Like I said, third annual Taste of New Orleans. It's at 600 Louisiana Street, downtown. So Def, apparently they're on like a little summer tour. We saw Bow Wow on social media complaining about this tour earlier in the week, and it's making its stop here in Houston on the 24th at the Revention Center. And so if you're into So Def, if you watch the little rap show with the young rappers, they're on the tour as well as Bow Wow and other people. So check it out. At the Sugarland Town Square tomorrow night at 7:30, they're having the NOLA night at the Sugarland Town Square. So if you're into all things New Orleans, check it out. Last thing on the docket for tomorrow night, Paul Wall and Baby Bash, like these two, they've been connected a lot in these recent years. They have a concert on the 23rd at 9 p.m. at the White Oak Music Hall. So if you're a Paul Wall and Baby Bash fan and you like them together, go check them out. So last week I didn't get a chance to talk about what I'm listening to, and so I just really want to tap into a few artists that I'm listening to. And first up, I want to talk about one of my favorites, Daniel Caesar. And he has, of course, that song, Get You. Is it called Get You? That was the first one that blew everybody's mind, but he dropped off a couple of singles a couple weeks ago. And yeah. And so I want to play Blessed. And he dropped We Find Love and Blessed last week. And so I want to play a little bit from that song. And if you're not familiar with Daniel Caesar, check him out.
Everywhere that I go, everywhere that I be, if you were not surrounding
such a pretty song. It's so pretty.
Energy,
so vibey.
I don't wanna be there, don't wanna be anywhere, any place that I can feel you. I just wanna be
makes you wanna be in love. So yeah, check out Daniel Caesar. It's from his little EP called We Find Love, and this song is called Blessed. The next song that I want to play is from one of my favorite albums, from SZA, and it's from the album Control, and this song is called Garden. Say It Like That. So let's listen to a little bit of that.
Need you for the old me, need you for my sanity, need you to remind me where I come from. Can you remind me of
really good album from top to bottom.
You keep me down to earth, call me on my bullshit, lie to me and say my booty getting bigger even if it ain't. Love me even if it rain.
So yeah, really dope song. It's called Garden. Say It Like You Mean It from SZA. The album is called Control. Let's see. I want to play another song that I didn't have on my list. It's from Her, H-E-R, and she dropped her new EP, and it's another love song. and it's called Changes. So let's listen to a little bit of that. Really, really good album. It's called Her Volume 2. Song is called Changes. I love her voice.
I've been going through some changes. Been running out of maybe.
The whole EP is really, really good.
I know you're losing patience with me. Sometimes I get fed up with.
So yeah, check out that song from her, and it's HER with periods in between, and it's called the Her Volume 2. So check out that song, and then I want to hopefully it's on Apple Music because I didn't save it in my little playlist, but I want to play this song by O'Shea, and it's called You. And so hopefully I can pull it up on I don't think this is it. Let me try one more time. And this is why it pays to prepare, because I thought I saved it on this playlist, but I don't think that's it. If I can find the video on YouTube, then I'll put the link in the podcast notes. But I'll do that for all the other songs. I'll even do that for the June 27th freestyle. I'll put a link in the notes so you can check that out. So yeah, I hope you're out here really enjoying like all this like really, really good music that's out here in the world. So yeah. Top five. So there again, I was on Tumblr and I saw this article, and it talked about 5 different foods to relieve stress. We all deal with stress, so I thought this would be some good information to pass on. So number 1, green or black tea. And most people know that, like, drinking tea gives you a calming effect and it keeps you calm and cool. So green or black tea. Number 2, chewing gum. And basically it acts as a coping mechanism, which I can totally agree with that. Like sometimes, like when I'm stressed, I'll chew some gum and it makes me feel a little bit better. Number 3, spinach, pumpkin seeds, or soybeans. And basically all these elements, they reduce the effects of physical and psychological stress. And sad to say, I don't like any of those items. Number 4, this one was a total shock to me. Never would have thought about it. Pork and beans. And funny enough, it reduces depression and anxiety. Pork and beans. Like, of all things, how is that working to reduce depression and anxiety? I don't see it. I might have to try it. Number 5, vitamins. Good old multivitamins. And basically it just improves your mood. Overall mood. So yeah, so check out those tips. And, this is mostly food that a lot of us are already consuming in the first place. So you might as well, just try to consume a little bit more.
If I stop saying the word nigga, how am I going to describe nigga shit?
Dumb nigga shit. Did I do this last week? I feel like I did it last week, but yeah, my best friend, he just totally took it over, and I didn't get a chance to really get with some people like I wanted to. Your favorite rapper, not mine, Young Thug, he said that stay with it, y'all. I feel like I am the new Tupac. I feel like I'm the thug he didn't get to become. How, Sway? How? I don't understand. I don't understand his logic. Young Thug, like, you are who you are. You're your own person, and you should be happy with that. But how can you compare yourself to a legend like Tupac and saying that you're the thug that he didn't get to be? Are you saying that he didn't want to be the guy that he was as far as like the way he dressed? Like, are you saying that he wanted to just be more free with his music? And are you saying that he wanted to participate in mumble rap? Like, what direction are you trying to go, Young Thug? Because I don't understand. I don't get it at all. I have no clue where you're going with this at all. So when I saw that, and then also in the same week, I felt like I saw the picture that came out with Young Thug wearing this oversized sweatshirt, and he's kneeling basically. He has the sweatshirt coming over his knees or his body, basically looking like a little dress. And I believe it was the Shade Room or Baller Alert. They posted the picture and they were like, caption this. And I think the winning caption was "Easy breezy, beautiful thugger girl." And I just almost passed out. So I definitely don't get this conversation that he's trying to start or push with him being the thug that Tupac wanted to be. I don't get it. So yeah, the next person that I'm going to bring up is Sheriff David Clark, a man I really cannot stand. And he decided to withdraw his acceptance of Department of Homeland Security. You know what, God, he really be working. Like, he just really be working stuff out on the low, high key, low key, all keys. Like, I am very thankful. The last thing we needed was another person of color to get in a position that Trump wants to put them in as a token to say, you know what, I halfway like black people, or look, I'm halfway trying to put stuff together for y'all. So let's just take a moment and let's just really let's just pray over this.
Yes. Jesus praise the Lord.
Yes, God.
Hallelujah, God.
Yes.
We don't want no devils in the house, God.
Yes,
We want the Lord.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely my favorite soundbite on my soundboard or whatever. But yeah, I am so thankful. Thank you. Now, another person that I've been praying for, like, is Jason Whitlock, and I can't stand this man either. I know that's bad to say, and I'm gonna need some of y'all to pray for me, because you can't be out in these streets talking about you can't stand people. But that is my truth, and I am walking in my truth tonight. And he has the audacity to say that Golden State not going to the White House is un-American and cowardly. And here again, how, Sway? How? I need to get that as a soundbite so I can just press that button all the time, because I'm not understanding at all. Like, how is that un-American? Can't we debate or have the rebuttal of it's un-American that people are hating Colin Kaepernick, and Colin Kaepernick, he doesn't have a job as of today in the NFL, and as of today he's said, hey, I'm basically done with the NFL, but I'm still going to be about that life for trying to get justice for my people. Like, he's still about that life. And so for Jason Whitlock to say something like this, like, it shows me over and over again the kind of man that he is, and I'm not vibing with it. I'm not rocking with it. I can't deal with it at all. So yeah, he should have been the first person up on the docket, because he's just so ignorant and just totally lost. But I could read him like for the rest of my life on everything he has done. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get out of all this dumb nigga shit and move on to something else. We must empower ourselves. We must empower ourselves with knowledge. We can't be afraid of knowledge. Knowledge is free. Knowledge will always be here. We have to know where we came from so we can stand firmly in where we are going and have the boldest confidence. Dropping jewels. Last week, I wasn't able to do my dropping jewels. So I have a couple of things that I want to celebrate and big up. And I want to start with one of my favorite comedians, Dave Chappelle. He's donating $50,000 to Flint, Michigan. And basically, it's still an issue. There's still a water issue. And it hasn't been just 1 year. This has been for multiple years. And so yeah, I'm definitely happy to see him donate money to Flint, because I'm pretty sure even though the water will get fixed, it's still other things that needs to be done. Like some of these people's water bills, they need to be paid. And so yeah, that would be good to have those water bills paid out for the people of Flint. Ice Cube, another one of my favorite rappers of all time. He got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So definitely big ups to Ice Cube. And yeah, like he's just a really good, positive man. I like the moves that he's made throughout his life. He's smart and he's done all these different things. So he definitely deserved that star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Also, for hip hop, for music, I read up on this hip hop museum that's going to be opening up in Harlem, and it's like a 20-story hip hop museum that's going to be really, really dope. And so I need to find out more information on when it's opening and everything that it entails. And yeah, like I would love to go take a trip to New York and visit like all the boroughs, and definitely like visit like this hip hop museum. So yeah, so that's all the positive things that I found out in these streets for dropping jewels. And so like if you ever have anything that you want to glow up and have me talk about in dropping jewels or in any other segment where you think I'm missing the mark, like let me know. Email me, DM me. Like, let me know what you want to hear in some of these segments. And so with that, we have come to the end of another episode of Oh You Thought, episode 16 of my baby. And yeah, Thursday night. So I'll probably upload the episode later tonight or tomorrow once I'm done doing my tweets and everything to the episode. And so, like I keep saying every single week, I'm committed to doing hard work. I'm committed to staying the course of making this podcast popular. And I'm still impressed and I'm thankful for the people that listen every single week, that give me feedback and give me positive words and encouragement to make me want to still record every single week and do more things with this podcast and push it out there. There again, if you didn't listen to episode 15, the positivity episode, I'm going to be blogging about my health journey, my no dairy products journey. I'm going to be starting that blog this weekend. I'll start with a blog on basically giving information on that I researched I can't talk. I'm tired. I'm so tired, y'all. All the information that I researched in regards to wanting to give up consuming dairy products and the different genes and how it affects my situation. So I'll be posting about that, and then I'll try to post every single day as far as like, oh, I felt like I needed a glass of milk today, but I made it, like those kinds of things, and talking about my workout plan and how my workouts are going. So just things like that. If you're not following me on social media, get your life all the way together and follow me on Twitter. My name on Twitter is Pretty and Smart 81. That's pretty, the letter N, Smart 81. That's my Twitter. Let's get my Instagram poppin'. My name on Instagram is OhYouThoughtFallon. You spell my name FALLON. in. If you want to talk to me directly, DM me, email me at OhYouThoughtFallon@gmail.com. If you're bored, if you have some time to waste, go visit my website, catch up on episodes, listen to my horrible practice episodes that I have on the website. The website is OhYouThoughtFallon.com. Check it out. And I hope you don't laugh too much or too hard at my South Side Still Holdin challenge, but whatever. I like to have fun. I like to make people laugh. So that's what I'm doing with that challenge. With that, I hope y'all have a great weekend, and I will holla at y'all next week. Bye. Until next time, remember to glow up, bless up, stay prayed up, and hold it down.
Hold it down. Hold it down. We gon' hold it down. We gon' hold it down.